All right, y'all. So it's been officially 11 days since I completed the New York City Marathon. And yeah, I'm rocking my medal. 11 days. And in the last 11 days, it's been, I'd say, at least 9 or 8 days of me soaking in Epsom salt. So about a week after running, my whole body, I'm 43 years old, so I ain't no young spring chicken. So everything just was in pain. So a lot of soaking in Epsom salt for about a week after running. So again, it's been 11 days. Today's what, the 18th, and it was the 7th of November. So that's 11 days, and I'm still basking in it. Yeah, you see it. 50th marathon, completed it, 26.2 miles in 5 hours and about 40 minutes. So yeah, some of I guess one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, like, what were some of the experiences like? What did it? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say I ran for straight because I have I have my app my my app while I'm running monitoring me. So I would say I ran for about 16 straight. Yeah, I would say about 16 miles straight. You got bathroom breaks because you're drinking water straight through because they got the water post, stations, pit stops as you're running. So you run, you grab a cup, you drink Gatorade, water, whatever, right? And so I would say after about 16, I had to take a piss, so you stop and you take a piss. They got the portable porta potties out there, and I would say honestly after that, it was more a series of running, stopping and taking a piss, running, stopping and taking so, but I would say at least a good 16 straight I ran before I needed to stop, take breaks, a piss or whatever. And then that breaks up, for me, it breaks the momentum because now you stop, you spend a few, you just spend a few seconds, minutes, whatever, taking a leap. Then you got to get back out there and start running. The momentum is broken. So you got to, like, you know, gear it up again, like rev it up again. Uh, but what I found interesting was that there's something called a wall. A wall is where everybody kind of like hits that point where where your body just wants to stop. You just want to give in. And I noticed there was a lot of people who were getting wheeled off. I'm serious. Like, I saw one guy getting his heart pumped by the paramedics that were out there, and they were saying, "Stay with me, stay with me." I hope he made it. I don't know if the guy died. I mean, I really don't. But it really was that it was at the 2021 because there's 26.2 miles. After 2019, 20, I started seeing a lot of people getting wheeled off. You saw the paramedics running in and off the street with the stretchers or wheelchairs or whatever they were, wheeling people off. You don't see this in the news, for obvious reasons, right? There's a lot of money involved. They don't want to scare people off. But it was something like that, and and now, as the person myself out there running, and I see this happening, and I'm 20 miles, 21 miles in, I'm thinking, maybe this is it. Maybe I should just wrap it up. You're right. I'm not proving to anybody, and I'm not out here to win. I'm just out here to push myself. Maybe I should wrap it up. You know what I mean? I got a daughter. I'm starting to talk to myself like maybe I should just call it quits. I came, you prove to yourself that you can run 20 miles or 20 whatever miles you're at. Because I'm not out here to get hurt. I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to, pull muscles, and I got to get up and go to work in a couple of days, right? I still got a job to go do. Got a family. I got my daughter to take care of. So I was thinking that kind of popped in my head. But then there's that other voice that took over and was like, you came this far. This is what life is all about. You know what I mean? Life is about pushing through that wall, right? And that wall, whether it be a physical or psychological, push through that. Okay, all these other people around you, you see this, that right there's a negative deterrent that deters you. But life is about pushing through when you see others might give up or others might fall out of the race or whatever, right? You see going on around you. Doesn't necessarily mean people are getting sick and wheeled off, but whatever, hindrances, deterrents, impediments, are being stimulated in your mind, it's about pushing through that. And so that came literally in my head as I was out there running, and I pushed through and got to the, cross that finish line. So, my experience with the marathon, if I could, in summation, in summary, was what it taught me and what I learned. It was aside from physical benefits, what I learned was how to be mentally steadfast in your goal, how to be mentally disciplined in your endeavorments, how to remain calm and steady, because it wasn't about speed, right? You're not out, like I said, you're not competing with anyone out there but yourself. It's called a marathon. That's why it's called a marathon, right? So it's more so, the lesson is in life, take your time and steady yourself, keep your eyes on the end goal, and don't look what's going on around you. Sometimes I'll even say this much, that this is another lesson. Don't even look at how well you're doing. Meaning, don't just look for results in the product of your products, what you're producing. Don't even pay attention to that. Just focus on the goal, the big picture, finishing, getting to that finish line. Don't even look for the results. Meaning like in life, we might be looking at, okay, I start this business, but I'm not seeing profits. I'm churning out all these products, but sales are low. It's hard not to look at that, because in your mind, you're like, yo, I'm spending money. So money's going out, but nothing's coming in. And the marathon, one of the principles or lessons I learned from that is, don't look at how you're doing. I remember when I finished it, people were asking me what my time was like. And I remember responding to people like, dude, I finished. I wasn't even watching time. I wasn't even thinking. All I was thinking about was, I got to cross that finish line. Someone even asked me what place did I come in. I said, well, there was 35,000 people running. I didn't come in last. There were people behind me. You see what I'm saying? Like, none of that was important to me. The place I came in, the time I came in, none of that mattered. All that mattered for me was, I need to cross that line, because it's 26.2 miles. You're running from Staten Island to Manhattan, Central Park. You're going through all 5 boroughs. I've never done this in my life. This was a gigantic Herculean of a task, a feat of all feats for me. For somebody else, it might be nothing, but for me, it was like, I'm 225, 230 running out there at 43 for 26 point something miles. That's a rough one for me, right? For you, it might be easy. For me, that was a rough one. So I'm not concerned with how fast I was running, the time, what place, and none of that stuff. And so that lesson for me now in life is, sometimes you can't be looking at how, you can't look at the results all the time. It's good every now and then to take a stock and inventory, but don't focus on results so much. Rather, focus on doing the work. Till next time, peace.